is up, guys? So today we've got a new product we're testing out, and we're getting rid of this old mount for the highly anticipated wireless charging Peak mount. So if you guys have been looking at their social media and everything, Peak Designs did a Kickstarter for this wireless charging mount. I have one of these in my wife's car because she has wireless CarPlay and it works amazing. What they did with the motorcycle one is they designed a perch mount. So if you remember, I put out a video, I'll put a link in the description below, about installing the Peak mounts on my other bikes. The reason was because they were over here test fitting these types of mounts for the perch. So this is the perch mount for the motorcycles. As you can see here, it's adjustable depending on the thickness of your bars. But they wanted to come over here and test fit on my Challenger and my FTRs. As far as the Challenger goes, it's the same perch as the Chiefs and all the other bigger baggers, and then the FTRs obviously is some little thing. But they had to get the spacers right, hardware and everything right. So they were over here test fitting those, and that was a couple months ago. But now we are ready for pre-orders. So the pre-orders are live on the website, so you should be getting yours in no time. Obviously mine just came in a bag, but it comes with your metric and domestic threads for your 2 bolts, your perch adapter where this slides up and down, your wireless charging pad. As you can see, it has the vibration damper already installed, so basically it's the old style but with just wireless charging. And then your cable. So the cable that comes with this little waterproof connector is USB-C. They are coming out with a cable that will go directly to a battery or to a hot power source. I mean, you should just put it to a keyed source. And then, so since my FTR has a USB charge already, all I did was just bought this little adapter to get me through. So let's go put her on the bike. So with my old mount off, you're just going to take a 5mm Allen. I'm going to pop this right off here. This is going to slide around, so as you can see, depending on the thickness of your riser, so like the Challengers, and then they have I think an 1.25" bar, so obviously that spacing is different. So it gives you a little bit of room to maneuver around. And as far as this goes, you can kind of maneuver this about where you want it, and then it locks in. Obviously, once you get it everything tight. So now we're going to be able to maneuver this however we want it. So I think I might stick it right there, so that way my phone, using it, just pop on just like that. Another thing, so this back piece, you can actually spin this around. So obviously what we want, so we have our little mechanisms there and the wires coming out of the bottom. And basically all you got to do is, this is indexed on here, little O-rings, so that slides right on there, makes it waterproof. And then this temporarily just go right up in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and shoot it up underneath, but let's see how she works. And we are charging. Nice. So you don't need this wireless charging pad obviously for the FTR, since we do have a USB right here. The problem with this is sometimes your phone can actually screw up with this, because you can't go in here and control your music if you have it plugged in here or via Bluetooth. But sometimes it causes this to be a little glitchy, and you'd have to worry about plugging, unplugging, and then having if you're riding in rain, your port getting wet. This doesn't matter, you can ride in rain, it's still good. There is a 1 watt draw on this charger when it's not being used, so you do want to put this to a keyed power source if you're going to be letting your bike sit for a while or not on a tender. Obviously, if you're riding every day and you're on a tender, it's not an issue. What I will do is I'm going to take this connector when they do come out with the new harness, and I'm going to put this to a key power source, so this is only has power running to it whenever I have the bike on, and I don't have to have this plugged in down here. There you have it, clean and simple install. So what I did was I zip tied, or I used the factory little grommet, ran the wire up through, and then I put everything zip tied up under here under this. So when I do go to wash the bike, or if it sits out in the rain, I can just pop that, close that, and take that out of the way. So yeah, so super simple little install. What I did was, so now that I have an extra mount, I was using this universal one here on my little EFTR. So this one does not have the vibration damper on it. So this thing is a little bit of a rough ride. So now we got a nice one over here. So between these two bikes and this one and two different iPhones, I've been running these since I think March is when I first put one. 0 camera issues. So I'm super happy with that. And I'm also pretty stoked about this being wireless charging now. So now what I will do for the Challenger, I'll eventually get one for the Challenger. They are available to purchase. And I'll put that one right here. I won't use a perch mount because that one was initially supposed to be for this bike, but since we test fitted it, I put these Behringer controls on, and so I didn't want to hide any of this stuff. So I'll eventually get just a regular barb mount like this, that's wireless, and then run the power. So last thing I do want to mention is you can buy these OEM connectors. This OEM style connector, I'll put a link in the description for this as well. There is a 12-volt keyed power source behind the headlight of every FTR. It's meant for the heated grips. So if you don't have heated grips, it's a perfect spot to tap power. What I did was I installed one of these on mine for the shift light power. So I have that coming from back here. For the Challenger guys, there's the exact same plug back here that is for your lighted headdress or your halo. Some people say that it's a little finicky when you tap into it. I don't know, I haven't done that. But what I will plan on doing is there's also a 12-volt power plug back here under your seat. It's for the OEM bag lights, which if you're not running them, you have a perfectly easy spot to tap in for power. That's keyed access right there. So what I'll do is I just run a wire under your tank and then shoot right back to there. But with these fancy connectors, you don't have to splice into your factory harness, which is a huge thing if you want to remove and install accessories. It's easy to go. I think this was like 20 bucks. Time to go for a little rip. I'll put a link in the description for my old install video and a video from Peak Designs on where to buy this stuff at. Like I said, it is pre-order as of today. And the power cable is also pre-order as today. So get your orders in for this new nifty thing. Thanks for watching, guys.